Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
D.M. Christensen's M.B.A. Discover the Truth About Leadership is a satirical broadside against the credential economy, the mystique of leadership language, and the institutional habit of confusing polish with substance. Beneath the provocation and the barbed humor, the book argues something fairly simple and fairly serious. Degrees don't guarantee competence, leadership isn't a title or a seminar, and most organizations limp along by rewarding visibility, confidence, and bureaucracy instead of clarity, judgment, and responsibility. The book moves from lampooning M.B.A. prestige and the absurd theater of higher education to a more forceful case for self-education, systems thinking, and the hard, unglamorous discipline of actually getting better. I found the book unexpectedly effective because it doesn't just sneer from a distance. The funniest passages are often the ones with real irritation underneath them, and that gives the book a pulse. The early M.B.A. classroom anecdote, where Christensen punctures the room's reverence for the degree by calling it a checkbox, sets the tone beautifully. So does the ridiculous, self-incriminating toilet paper chapter, which should be a throwaway gag and somehow becomes a warped little mission statement about honesty, bloat, and educational fraud. I laughed quite a bit, but I also felt the author's exhaustion with systems that charge enormous sums for status, then hand back jargon, debt, and a professionally laminated illusion. That emotional current keeps the book from feeling glib. It feels annoyed in a way I recognized. What I liked most were the ideas that survive after the jokes. Christensen is strongest when he writes about competence, clarity, and systems. The claim that schools teach compliance more readily than independent thought, that organizations promote confidence over ability, that teams often diffuse responsibility instead of sharpening it, and that broken systems can exhaust even good people, while heroics merely hide structural failure. Some arguments are deliberately overstated, and the repeated contempt for institutional language can become blunt. Still, I admired the book's nerve. It has the courage to say simple things that many management books spend 250 polite pages avoiding. When Christensen writes that clarity is dangerous because it exposes competence, or that leadership is proven rather than granted, the book stops being merely funny and becomes bracingly clear. I came away thinking this is a messy, funny, sharp-edged book with more substance than its gleefully unserious surface first suggests. It's not elegant in the polished, buttoned-up sense, but it's lively, candid, and often piercingly right about the emptiness of modern leadership posturing and the cost of mistaking credentials for capability. I'd recommend it to readers who are skeptical of business school mythology, weary of corporate theater, or hungry for a management book that sounds like a human being rather than a committee.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.